Welcome to the Leverton on Everything podcast, the daily podcast where I, Leverton, review everything in under 10 minutes. Today we're going to review a series called Wrestlers. I gave it 9 out of 10. My title, A Good Watch. This is a good examination of the lives of professional wrestlers, although to call them professional would seem to be a bit of a stretch because they barely get paid. The series ends up being a good examination of why some people choose to pursue a career in a profession where the chances of becoming successful are even lower than in other professional sports. Wrestling is a weird combination of athleticism and acting. The series also does a good job of explaining the work it takes to deliver a believable story in this world. Another thing that sprung to my mind while I was watching this is that sometimes the difference between someone who is talented and someone who is successful just boils down to charisma. For example, Hulk Hogan was not the most talented wrestler ever to wrestle, but he had undeniable charisma. And it kind of shows why some of the wrestlers are wrestling not for more successful promotions, but for a third tier promotion. I was inspired by this to watch with my son some old wrestling matches, and I made a fatal mistake. My son had never watched wrestling before in his entire life, and it was a tag team match between The Rock and John Cena and two other wrestlers. And he got so mad at Rock that I was trying to explain to him that this is all the story and that everything is planned and it's not a real sport because the outcomes are predetermined. And in the beginning, he really liked it. He really enjoyed it. But after that, he lost interest. So maybe in wrestling, you really need to believe that it's real, at least when you're a child, so that you find some entertainment value in it. But anyway, a good series that gives you a good introduction into a world that you might not know about. So speaking of my son, he's a bit older now, still doesn't like wrestling, but one thing he does like is to talk about pop culture things with his dad, who is me. We have a podcast called the Everything and More Etc. podcast. Please check it out. He'll appreciate it, and so will you.